Help us through the market's mood swings. Well, joining us to do that is William Buechler. He's the president of Barclays Partners Asset Management. Nice to have you here. Welcome.
Sue, it's my pleasure.
What do you make of what's going on specifically in energy right now and as it relates to the overall state of the markets?
Well, I think what's interesting is last summer there was a lot of talk when oil was at 78 a barrel, talk about a $100 target or a $120 price target to the upside. And I noticed that last week there's been talk now of a $40 and maybe even a $20 target to the downside. Mm-hmm. And I found a lot of times that when people start talking about price targets up or down, usually a change in trend is imminent. So I think we may be looking at close to a bottom here in the energy sector. So
from an equity side of things, do you play the energy stocks, which some of them have really gotten beaten up the last week or so?
They have gotten beaten up. I think, interestingly enough, going forward with a Democratic-controlled Congress, I wonder if maybe there won't be some political headwind for the traditional oil companies and maybe a political tailwind for the alternative energy sector.
All right, let's talk broadly about equities. We had such a nice end of the year for the bulls and kind of a rocky start to the new year. Did we borrow a little from Peter to pay Paul?
You know, I think we did. As we all know, the market is a discounting mechanism, and so I suspect we've already discounted a good first half of 2007. But we're looking for, after a little bit of correction, I think there were maybe too many bulls to start the year. After a bit of a market correction, I think we're going to finish with a good end to 2007.
All right, so if you had to put money, alternative energy sounds like it's at the top of your list. Where else would you allocate new cash?
Well, you know, I think traditionally the Republicans have been pro-defense spending, but I think if we look back, we'll find a lot of that money ended up being allocated to entities that were not U.S.-based. I believe the Democrats are going to bring that money back to U.S. defense companies, and so I think we'd look at the mid-cap defense companies as being a surprise winner for 2007.
Very interesting. Thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate
You're most welcome.
Your perspective.
Absolutely.